on to two more questions.
My name is Ernest Khan. I am the governing board member of Lee Kuan Yew School here. My question to you, Governor, knowing that the capital city of Jakarta, in terms of your administration, is to be moved over to Kalimantan. So as you look forward for Jakarta, with all these lessons learned, what will be the impact on Jakarta when that process is complete? Because then your capital city will be in a city in Kalimantan. And for the lessons that you have learned from building Jakarta, great work, Governor, for the last 5 years. How is that going to impact Jakarta going forward?
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Selamat sore, Mas Anies. My name is Chrysler. I'm within the school. Chrysler. I can concur the enjoyment experience when working in the sidewalk of Jakarta. I used to work in Jalan Sudirman. Oh. But what I'm interested in question is that despite the innovation that you introduce, how do you empower the bureaucrats so they can put the innovation stays? They don't throw away the sidewalk when you left the office. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Prof. Zana. My name is Paul Lim. I'm from Malaysia. So my questions to Pak Anies would be about the Indonesia and China relationship, particularly in the Belt and Road Initiative, as Bandung and Jakarta HHR is one of the landmark project in the it's ongoing landmark project in the Jakarta, and we see significant progress.
Oh, the high speed.
Yes, HHR. We see significant progress after President Jokowi visited Beijing in July. So, as you are one of the forerunner of the coming presidential cabinet, so and you might be dealing with greater challenges, for instance, the state-to-state relations. So what are your views on the BRI in Jakarta and Indonesia? Thank you.
The BRI initiative. Thank you very much.
BRI.
BRI. The Belt and Road.
Okay.
I take one more question from the lady who's standing there.
Yeah,
and
sure.
then we'll let you answer.
Hello, good evening. My name is Carla. I'm from the Philippines and I'm MPP Junior. So I think our countries share the history of having a very car-centric society. So my question is that, what led to the pivot or the shift from a car-centric policy to a more focused on public transportation? Because this is something that we also want to do in the Philippines. Was there any focusing event that led to that moment of pivoting from that policy to solving public transportation?
All right, thank you.
This is a slide answer.
So I hand it over to you to answer the 4 questions.
Yeah,
and they're very big ones, actually.
Yes, they're big questions. Yeah. First with Pak Andito. Thank you. Very good questions. Yes, in the short run, if I may say, in the short run, it looks like we are subsidizing the operators in the short term. Why that is the case? One, our ridership has not reached the target we would like to reach. And this is like a chicken and egg problem. Do you want to invite more partners into the business of public transport? You need to have high ridership. And then to have high ridership, you have to invest on making sure that the fleet were available and reaching out to all area of Jakarta. So in our model is this: we invested now, we subsidize, and this will continue to grow. And as it grows, we will then rely on non-fare box revenue. Instead of like today, we're relying on fare box revenue, and the difference is being subsidized. So we are pretty sure that as this continue, we will be seeing that trend. Number 2 is on the TOD development. The TOD development will bring in a lot of investment, and it will also change the equations on the public transport expenses. Why that is the case? Because master developer of TOD has to be our company, which is MRT or Transjakarta. So they will be able to make money not only through the revenues from non-fare box and the fare box, but also from the property and the business of TOD. So that's one. Number two, how to maintain this sidewalk so that it continue. Mana Bapak tadi Pak? Okay, Pak, thank you. Yeah, Jalan Jenderal Sudirman is now a place in which I often call it democratization of Jalan Sudirman. Because in the past, only someone like you can enjoy that big street, wide street, and high-rise buildings. The rest of Jakartans could never enjoy Jalan Sudirman because there is no sidewalks. Now, not only sidewalks, we built a pedestrian bridge and bicycle bridge so that people can actually come and enjoy that place. So you come to Jalan Sudirman not only during car-free day, which is only on Sunday, but now any time of the day, any day, you can come and you can enjoy that street. Imagine when you live in a kampung, very crowded, very compact, you like to see, a common space that is accessible and free. So when we build sidewalks, the idea is not only about, pedestrian need to be a priority, but we are also talking about making our resident who lives in the kampung can enjoy the city as much as those who don't live in the kampung. So you're seeing our parks, our sidewalks in the afternoon and evening were occupied by so many people. Some of them are coming from outside Jakarta and enjoying the area. How that's being maintained? Number one is translate that into long-term planning document. So that's already on the planning document. Number two, put that into called Provincial Strategic Project, KSD, Kegiatan Strategik Daerah. And with that, it has to be translated into budget and it has to be translated into action. I think now people in the area that we have pedestrian sidewalks can share their experience in a positive way. In the past, I remember when we started building the first project on this was non-Jenderal Sudirman, was Kemang area and Cikini. In the Kemang area, oh my God, the rejection was so strong. They don't want to have a pedestrian. They don't like to have their parking space taken for sidewalks. And these are groups who are highly educated, highly connected. So both are problems when we're having, they have all the argument from the other side. We come up with an offer. Give us 3 meters of your land and we'll give you extra floor for your building. That was the offer. We're not paying for your land. The land is still your property, but we're going to take it for sidewalks and we're going to give you extra floors. So some are getting 2 floors, extra 2 floors, some are getting, depending on the size, some are getting 3 floors, and they're happy. That was the initial happiness. But we need the sustainability of happiness, right? What happened is, I'm giving an illustration. When you come to a mall, you take your car and you park. After you park, you walk in the malls and trying to decide which restaurant you will eat as you walk, right? But when you go to area of like Kemang, you decide which restaurant and then you park. You decide the restaurant first. Why? Because there is no pedestrian. As soon as we created the pedestrian, what happened was they park and they walk and decide which restaurant to visit. So what happened was not only restaurants that have big parking lot that enjoy high occupancy, but also all restaurants in the area were enjoying that. So there is that effect. So we hope by having this institutionalized, we will be able to maintain sustainability of sidewalk development project in Jakarta. But let me note, it is already 241 kilometers. Unfortunately, most pictures were coming from Jalan Sudirman. So people saying, Pak Anies, don't only build Jalan Sudirman. It is not Jalan Sudirman only, but it is actually across the city. One problem that we need to counter is this. We need to educate our motorists not to use sidewalks for two-wheelers. That is something that we need to, we still find difficulties on that. Even in Kota Tua. Kota Tua is now completely for pedestrian, but the challenge is the motorists were still riding there. And when they fall, they blame the governor. Pak Gubernur, licin. Of course, it's not designed for motorists. But anyway, that is our challenge. Now, I'm still governor right now. And I'm continuing to be governor until end of October. Yeah. So perhaps, on the next session, if there is another opportunity, I'll address that challenge.